What up, what up, what up? Hello, Valtopia. Hey, honey, this is Val Cripps, and I'm here today to bring through another power stream, your cash infusions creation stream. I'm a mindset mentor, I'm an energy guide, and I'm a really powerful lady. I can support you, I support my clients to shift their beliefs because everything comes from our beliefs. And for my clients, they've been through a lot, they've built businesses, they've made a lot of money, and sometimes parts of themselves are staying inside of them unknowingly and creating experiences that are like the past that are no longer their reality. So we do the work together to come into an integration of ourselves and to make more money and live better lives without shame, without guilt, without resentment, without anger, without attachment to the past, and with full, beautiful, divine connection to the now that we are. Ooh, that's a really good explanation. Hey, Wendy. So I'm gonna share this. Today's live stream is gonna be all about let me make sure, we're talking about visibility. Keisha, we're talking about visibility because my current clients are looking to expand their visibility, and there are levels of comfort, and all of my clients have wanted to, hello gorgeous, have wanted to open up their visibility because they have amazing gifts and a big huge heart and powerful life experience to share with their clients, and it requires us showing up and speaking our truth. And usually my clients are shifting the dynamic of what it means to be alive. So there's feathers that are going to be ruffled, and there's something about us that doesn't want to ruffle those feathers. There's a big part of us that's totally ready to show up and do the work, and then there's parts of us that are like, eh. So today we're going to talk about visibility and nice girl reboot camp. Because all of my clients are reforming from being nice girls. So we're going to talk about this today. Let me share this. You share too, please. Don't mind me putting on my readers, honey. And let's get some, let's share this to my page and to my free group, Valtopia. If you want to join us in Valtopia, then please do. And let's see. And we'll go from there. One moment here. We have a bunch of new members in the group, which is exciting. Share now, share. And I really love talking about visibility because for whatever reason, well, I had to go through my own visibility barriers, but I've had a gift where that's come easy to me in many ways, part of my personality, and I've created some incredible content that helps you overcome visibility things. And we're gonna talk about that as it relates to the nice girl reform because it's all related, isn't it? All right, let me start a watch party in Valtopia. There we go. Okay. Hello, everybody. Cool. So we should be set now. Hello, everybody. Say hello as we're joining on. We're just getting started. If you're here, welcome. Yes. And if you're watching the playback, let me know. I love to hear what resonates. And I've been connecting with so many of you over the last few weeks, especially the last couple of weeks, and it's awesome. We're popping. We almost have a full roster here in the Valtopia sphere. So there's one coveted spot left. So stay tuned, watch the stream, see if you're the one that's gonna take that last spot for now and fill up my Valtopia sphere roster and move your way into your next level in a way that changes the whole way you operate about moving through your own perceived limits and things that seem difficult and challenging and all that good stuff. All right, so let's talk about this nice girl reform. And I'm just making sure I'm not missing any comments. Say hello, everybody, as you're joining on, so I know you're here. And let me know where you are, if you're new, if I already know you. And I love you guys, my regular viewers. I appreciate you. So, I'm talking about ass-kissing, people-pleasing perfectionism. Most of you that come to me have done a lot of work around this already. It's not that you haven't. Sandra, how are you? Welcome. It's not that you haven't done the work around any of the stuff that you come to me for. It's that there's a deeply buried layer that's unseen, that's still running the show. And it's because that part of you that's still tied into that people-pleasing behavior is linking your safety to that people pleasing and ass kissing. Are you feeling me on this? So this is why this one is a tricky one to shift, and why we find it difficult to release this one, because the concept of this link is tied to our safety. It causes us to shut off the ego, to shut off our ability to really see it for what it is, and that's why we end up seeking support and guidance to work our way through an area that's really maybe potentially full of wounds and stories. Most of the stories that result in this kind of like barbed wire field of like potential booms, you know, that you're like, I don't want to go in there because maybe a lot of stuff will come out. Well, we go through and we bring all that stuff up rapidly over and over again. And it's a little bit of a roller coaster in the beginning, but what you find is you're so resilient and you're so able to move rapidly through emotions that previously you were just shutting off, shutting down. We're not doing this. Nope, we're not going to talk about that. Nope, we're not going to. Sandra says, I so get that. Yeah, it's like a landmine, right? And you're like, you think you're doing the work. You think you're integrated. You think you've come so far. I'm talking much about myself. And really, these issues are so tied into deep shame and guilt around something you buried so deeply a long time ago, and then developed a whole identity and persona around those deeply buried beliefs that you can't even see it. And that's okay. There's no shame in your game. It's all good. There was a reason that was buried and protected. It helped you keep your stream of power at a certain repressed level. And when you come to me and you're watching this stream, and if you're watching this today and it's resonating, you're watching this because you have been keeping your stream at a certain minimum for fear of your own power and expression. And you're seeking more visibility. And until you go in and do this work of resolving your inner ass-kissing, people-pleasing, nice girl lady, you're going to still have parts of you that are waiting for outside approval, or like you won't even finish your thoughts or launch ideas that are really great because there's part of you that already shuts it off because you're assuming because of your programming and your old beliefs, that people will shut it down. They'll think you're weird. They don't like you. You're going to get isolated from the tribe. It's too much. Like all these thoughts that we have that stop us from expressing what's so powerful and vital to our expansion are tied into our heart and our throat. We get tight in our throat and our heart shuts down because we feel fearful and a lack of control over ourselves. And we think by maintaining some level of control, we'll be safe. And really, we're really not keeping ourselves safe with this at all. Hi, Jen. Are you on the live stream over here? Yay. You're in the sphere. Yes. Jen's in the sphere. She's going through the bundle right now. It's so exciting. So this is really cool. I'm totally channeling right now for you guys. So whoever's on this stream and whoever's watching this live stream, stay tuned. Hey, Kashipra. I'm super relaxed. My life is in a state of overflow right now. I'm blessed. And I love sharing content that's based on real life examples that are getting solved so that you can hear this and you can find areas in yourself where you go, that's me, and that's what I want to solve, right? We want to connect and solve these things. We don't want to get stuck. We don't need to. We don't need to have lags and delays in our income. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this people pleasing, because your boundaries and everything may be way better than they used to be, but I want you to really look at when your throat gets tight, when you go to think about live streaming, when you won't go on your page, when you will only go live in your little Facebook group, but you won't go out because you're afraid that you'll be judged, or people will take your ideas, or like you can throw in the comments some of your fears of visibility. Come on, let's clear this shit up because it's bullshit. We need you to bring your gifts through. A lot of the reasons people aren't expressing themselves when they are working in so many other areas to come through and thinking you can avoid this one area and it'll work, it doesn't. So we want to move through this together as a collective. And this is my gift, and we have solutions. We have so many solutions. So let's talk about it and let's get it out. Sandra says, sometimes that little 6-year-old who got picked on thinks that being nice will keep her from being attacked. There you go. And I would say, Sandra, that most of you that come to me are being nice out of a fear of preservation, a deeply rooted need and fear of self-preservation. And that's why we need to do this work. And I can feel someone's heart chakra right now. Sick of fear of being judged. Our fear of being judged is coming from ourself. I learned this myself. I used to not be able to finish my cosmic streams of thoughts, like my own intuitive like I'm very claircognizant and I have knowing. And when I'm relaxed and in a good, healthy state, as I am now, the ideas flow effortlessly and I have no judgment about what I'm saying. I am just simply streaming through the words and the energy right now without any judgment. About a year ago and before, I would have a whole nother dialogue going in my head. I'm the definition of ADD or whatever. And that other voice was my parents or other people's thoughts. And right as I'm streaming through the conscious wisdom, you can't say that. They're not gonna. That was my nice girl. Editing. She's gone now. Because what happened with let's talk about the truth of the nice girl. Okay? Hi, Trevor. Welcome. The truth about the nice girl is, yes, she thinks she's protecting you. And all that you really want, if you're relating to this, and I feel energy now in my chest, a tightness, and that's where we feel guilt and shame and obligation. Like, well, I have to be like that because other people won't have what they need if I don't do this. Is that you? Are you playing into a story of being nice because you think that you're helping others who are less fortunate or don't have what they need and will suffer if you don't suffer yourself too? I want you to know that when you begin to view yourself and others as fully capable and that your job is to take care of your own wellness first and make decisions from that place and connections and beingness from that place, that then things shift. Let me see what these comments. Editing, the story of your life. Yeah, Sandra, the more you do the work that you sign, clearing away all those cobwebby, like sticky attachments, and there's just all these places in your thought process where you automatically go to that one that you've been, like maybe somebody hit your head every time when you were a little kid, when like a little smack to the back of the head. So, you got used to editing yourself because that's what you got used to. There's all kinds of ways that we naturally cut ourselves off. And we spend a lot of energy circumventing like natural brilliance that comes through. And when you find yourself, as you clear these beliefs and perceptions and judgments and tune in more to the immediate thoughts that come through that are based on your intuition, you find it gets more efficient because you're not spending all this time humming and hawing and wondering and feeling lack of conviction and then projecting a split energy and then wondering why you're not getting results. You actually spend a whole lot of time creating and deciding and being in the energy of what you've decided and being so much that energy and so much love and capacity that you're no longer worried about what anybody fucking thinks because you've decided what you think and you know it's coming from your highest energy and place, and that's what you're inviting to see reflected back to you. And so you do. And so you do. And you also see what isn't in alignment, and you be grateful for that and shift more and more into a place that feels it's not that you get relaxed and you're all done and you're chilling on the beach. It's that inside of you, you trust yourself and you trust the outcomes of situations and you to respond in a way that feels aligned to who you are because you've spent a lot of time knowing who the fuck you are and trusting who the fuck you are and telling people who you are and acting in boundaries and standards that align to who you fully are. And it's a process getting into that fullness of yourself without feeling like you're an arrogant, selfish bastard. Those are programs. And the truth is, the more glowed up you are within your body, the more present you are for yourself and others, and the more you're capable in your life, and the more others are capable, and the more you see them as capable. And the ripple effect is phenomenal. Am I right? Are you guys, like, Keisha's over there, my clients are over there going, yeah! You guys are going, yeah! Right? Hi, Constantina. Hi, Krista. Thank you, Trevor. That was a lot of energy coming off of here. You guys feel that? Hi, Jacqueline. Welcome. I've been thinking about you. So let's just clear that energy. And here's the truth about that people-pleasing nice girl. She is manipulating the situation to feel safe. She's trying to get into a comfort zone for you. She's not a bitch. She's just trying to do the best she can to feel grounded. So it's your job to ground yourself, to decide you have to take a look at where you have taken care of yourself and honor and trust that part of yourself, and to honor that the parts of you where you didn't, you forgive and teach them a better story, and support those parts of you that don't believe and doubt, and shift the energy, the cellular energetic makeup of those parts of you that go, oh hell no. You go, oh hell yeah, come on baby, we're doing this. Come on, we're doing this. Right? That's really what it's about, isn't it, Keisha? We're doing this. And it's happening, and then it happens and you're like, oh, now I see where before I wasn't even in it. And that's hard to see before you get to that place, because it feels like you're all in it. It really does. Sandra says, ooh, this is like a jackhammer to the solar plexus. No, it's not just girls' time, Trevor. I have male clients. This is all about success, financial wisdom and awareness, wealth embodiment, being healthy, being connected to your gifts and your higher self and your cosmic being, and being your baller self. This is a combination of creativity and boss bitch savvy awareness. And when I say bitch, I mean that for everybody. So welcome. All right. So we are doing this. And here's what we do. About the control freak. Are you ready? Who wants to know what to do about the control freak? I want a hand up. Even if you're watching the replay. What do I do about the control freak, Val? What do I do about that? Tell me. Here's what you do. Instead of trying to control everything, which you can't, and that's every time you try to control everything, you will continue to be frustrated and feel unsafe. Did you notice my painting over here? I painted this when I started realizing that my safety was from within. It was a process for me to come in. Jen says, me. Okay, here's how we decide and shift our control freak. First of all, you have to feel safe. So for me, I had to spend time knowing my lower chakras and literally feeling safe, because I hadn't felt that in a long ass time. And actually this apartment that I live in with the 30-foot ceilings and beautiful, my view, and I love it. I manifested this apartment at the worst time in my life. And instead of investing in what normal people would have thought I should invest in the time, I invested in a beautiful guide to teach me how to calm the fuck down and to clear and open my chakras, and how to manifest relaxing and knowing my lower chakras, my root chakra, my solar plexus, my sacral chakra. Most of you that come to me need to do this work of opening up all this stuff, which I had already done at that point, and now I had done a lot of it, and then grounding and rooting into the earth. So here is how you first do that, and then you want to set intentions. We could talk about setting intentions, and my second glow up client was like, oh, I thought I knew what setting an intention was, but with you, it's like a different thing. Setting intentions is a process. It's an energetic process from beginning to end. And I go through this with my clients, and I teach a lot about it in the self-guided study that I offer that you can ask me about. If you want to know about it, put it in the comments. Tell me about the self-guided study. Jen says, ooh, I need to feel my lower chakras. Yeah, Jen, you're in the right place. All the material that you're going through right now is going to help you with that. It's great. So as you are grounding and centering and setting intentions, things will come up. And knowing about that, like, oh, when I set intentions, that doesn't mean that I get what I want. It means that I get what I need to move into that desire. And I focus on what is it that I want? What is the desired outcome? And then everything about what I choose to be is intentional. But it's not just that I set an intention and I make it happen. It's that when we set intentions from a very connected place of clarity to ourselves and the infinite continuum, shit goes down. Like this container that Keisha's in and that Rayanna's in, the glow up, the intention is that you make cash infusions over and over, and we learn to adapt to that so that it's not gonna freak you out. Now, my human being is like, how can you possibly claim cash infusions for your clients? That's a scary kind of concept to claim. But after doing so many containers and serving so many clients with intention, I realized that when I set intentions, they come in. I'm not doing this alone. I'm fully supported and guided by a cosmic team. And you're a cosmic team. And so the intentions that we set are activations. And your body will respond to the activations in kind. And then we work through all the freaking resistance you inevitably have to your own deep desires. Because your inner nice girl, your ass kiss, your little people pleaser is like, we can't do that, that's too big, or all the things. And we work through that until the person that I'm boxering with is like, fucking yeah, I got this. This is me, I'm doing this. Because all that doubt, all the fear, all the attachment to the guilt, the people pleasing, you've worked through it. You've worked through it and it's not there anymore. And now you're just working on embodying the belief that you've decided to have. Because that's how this shit works, baby. Allowing it to happen. Yeah, we were raised in such a way where we felt so, everything's outside of us and everyone outside of us knows better and who do we know? No! Other people can guide you back to yourself and that's who you want to get guidance from, but you know best your shit. Like, we weren't born with your implant of amazing ideas and history and with your mission. We can help you see it better, but you got to come through, right? Your cosmic team. So getting intentional is about getting control through knowing yourself, knowing what you desire, knowing what your highest vision is, knowing if your standards and boundaries align to that, and being that, and allowing those intentions to fruition also from the divine level. And so you release your control freak by surrendering to your divine intention. And that's where this process shifts. Ooh, I'm thirsty. What do you guys think about this? Yeah, this is one of my coaches bought me one of these cool carafes with the rose quartz crystal in it. And of course my kids dropped it, and so I just threw it in my glass and I drink out of it every day. I hope it's safe. It was just in the carafe like that. Anyway, I like it. I got my heart love water. Sandra says, we're raised to believe that we don't deserve anything and we didn't create completely on our own. Yeah. And the truth is, we've created all of it from before we were born, and we're allowed to embody the patterns that feel so devastating and miserable and bring the best of ourselves to our own pattern and shift the story of what it means for us to be alive. Not the person next to you, not the person beside you, but you, and as you relate to the person beside you and the person beside you. So you're like, this morning my client was saying, I thought I worked through that. And it's like, you'll always be working through this. It's just that your relationship to it will change. And that's the idea. The idea is that you go from it being a devastating drama to a curious amusement of bliss where you're coming from overflow and able to show others how curious and amusing their beautiful life experience is. So that when we die, we're like, damn, I changed the whole fucking genetic code by having a good life and teaching the cosmos that being a human isn't a nasty ass shithole. You got me? Give me 5. Let's do this. There is no tomorrow. It's right now. Get off your fucking ass. Change your patterns. Release your bullshit stories that you're not allowed to be who you are. You were born to be who you are. You were given a whole set of gifts and extrasensory awareness and connection to a whole soul constellation of people. They glow up when you do. Glow up. Let yourself be supported and ignite in your soul right power and be who you're supposed to be. Wow, that's clearing a lot of shit right here. You feel that? Our point of power is now. And I want to congratulate Jen, if you don't mind me sharing. She invested in the bundle and she's going through the reboot right now. I gifted her the reboot as a thank you. And I like to invite you to take action now because there's the delay is, what are you putting off? Like you've come to me. You've admitted, not you specifically, but those of you who come to me, you know you have an issue, you know I have a solution, you know I'm the one. What are you waiting for? You know, and a lot of people are like, well, it's now. Let's do this. Let's do this. Because there's change is so rapid, and that's what I think it's hard to appreciate when you haven't been through the experience yet. All right, I'm clearing some energy here. You guys feel that? Sandra says as we come alive, we bring life to others. Yes, we do. And Sandra, what you're gonna see as you get further into this work and really release and really kind of go deeper into places that scare you more, but also activate you more, is that your people glow up as you do. And you may already be experiencing that as you go through the content. So if you guys want to know what I'm talking about, the private content, come into my free group. I've offered it in there. Or private message me and I'll send you a link. You can go through the material self-guided. All of the vault, the Valtopia vault. There's one spot left in the glow up. And the glow up is a 6-week deeply immersive life transformational experience to teach you, a business owner who has a business or open streams of income, who's ready to invest $5K for the 6 weeks. The last person to get the glow up gets it at $5K still. And we're going to teach your nervous system why you're the boss and how capable you are to decide to have it, cash infusions, to receive money through the channel flows of income that you have. And what most of my clients realize as they get into this experience is that these deeply seated people-pleasing, perfectionism, boundaries, standards, all of that gets shuffled up and we do some very rapid and deep transformation in all the relationships in your lives. And that is what opens up the cash flow. You come up with all these amazing ideas that you just couldn't think of before because you were stuck in a little bit of a rut. And it's not your fault. It's just that those energies kind of blind you from what you need to do to move on. And you are seeing this and feeling this and knowing this is for you. Take the action in 6 weeks. In 6 weeks, we're going to be in March, right? Springtime. Keisha's next week's her last week in the glow up and she's rolling into overflow and results have been incredible. And she's had some really deep life shit happen to her, shift happen. 2 huge life-shifting experiences. And I trust when she tells me that she's able to move through those experiences from a deeply embodied space of being about herself so she could receive so much more love and support than she would have in the past. And she could keep expanding through grief and like terrible life-changing news about where she lives in expansion, making money and growing into her business like a boss rather than falling apart and crushing back into old patterns. I'm so fucking grateful, and this is what this work is about. It's about you trusting yourself. You know, I saw a quote this morning from a dear friend of mine, and I want to talk to her about it, but it says something like, I'm not trusting, I've already been through that, I'm not doing that again. And it's like, that's not what trust is about. Trust is about trusting yourself. Not just trusting everybody else blindly. It's about trusting yourself and then trusting the work that you do to be intentional about your life and knowing that your life is a result of your deepest devotion and focus and creation. So, thank you everyone for joining me today. If you want to sign up, you got to go to valtopia.com. I have some applications that have come through and I think I've gotten through to everybody. So you do have a chance. I'm doing a special event in 2 weeks. I'll be dropping the information today or tomorrow, definitely this weekend. If I don't get to it, I'm working through it. I have the content. I know the date. It's going to be, well, I'll announce it. This is going to be a live paid experience that you can join for $111 that will be small and intimate. There'll be at the most 10 of you. And we're going to work through a cash infusion response type experience for you guys in the experience itself. We're going to go through what my clients have been going through in the glow up from like a workshop perspective, what it is that happens in one of these glow ups, and we're going to have like a mini cash infusion response regeneration experience. Isn't that awesome? Who was thinking they're going to join me in this experience? It's going to be 111, and I will probably be selling the replay on my website. Yeah, thank you, Keisha. And I believe that my amazing coach will be joining us in that experience. I wouldn't miss it if I were you. I definitely wouldn't miss it. But I'll be dropping more. I'm going to go in Canva and make a poster, and I'll be dropping it soon. As you guys might or might not know, I don't have a team anymore. I'm doing everything on my own because I didn't need a team. I was doing a lot of busy work. I'm grateful I did it. The bundle is because I invested in a team probably before I really could have, but I knew I needed it, and I'm grateful I did. But now that work is done, I'm pausing on having, kind of like VA support, because I'm just working. I know how to get in and do what I need to do, and I'm booking clients and almost fully booked without doing any ads or any overly complicated systems or bullshit. And I want you to feel that that can be the way for you too. I do have some passive streams coming in. And they're not passive at all. I worked really hard to set them up, and my clients are going to have phenomenal results. I have 2 clients on my live streams right now that are going through this content, and I have a beautiful system set up that's I'm so proud. I worked so hard and let so much happen to get to this place. I'm so grateful, and I want to inspire you, whoever you are, to trust your instinct and the medicine that comes through you, and to book in if you know you're ready to merge your spirituality and your business and get over yourself with your income plateaus and break through whatever the limit is that you thought is holding you back. So let's pull a question card for you today, whoever you are that's watching this and you're like, oh, should I book in? And I've had a couple clients that came through that were comparing me to another fabulous leader. I'm honored, and she's actually a client of mine. So let this be the sign for you if you're comparing me to someone else. There really is no comparison. We're all unique. I love it! Ha! How do I feel when I choose, and why can I trust? Isn't that awesome? You do. That was our whole live stream, and that was my whole message just now. So, why can I choose, and why can I trust? That's what we were just talking about. All right. Ooh, I feel some energy in here. So, thank you for joining me. Have a gorgeous day. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Keisha. Thank you, everybody that's been on here with me. And I'll see you on the next stream. Go to Valtopia.com and check it out. I am inspired by Jen because she signed up in the free meditation. For some reason, you didn't find it. I'm creating a new one. I'm creating a new one with some music and stuff. So keep checking out Valtopia.com. I'm going to be uploading a new meditation for you to download, to listen to clear your chakras, to realign your energy, to ground and balance, and to come into your most elevated and aligned and integrated state of being, so you can go out there and freaking do what you're supposed to do. Own your frequency, supernova. There's nobody like you. See you on the next stream.